What could drive 9 seasoned hikers to flee their tent in the dead of night into the freezing claws of Siberia, barefoot, only to be found days later mangled, half-clothed, and scattered as though arranged in some grim display? No signs of struggle, no clear cause, only questions. This is no campfire story. It happened in 1959, and 65 years later, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most terrifying and most unnatural mysteries in modern history. Some whisper avalanche, others Soviet experiments, and a few will tell you it was something not of this world. Tonight, we open the frozen case files and uncover 9 facts that grow stranger, darker, and far more dreadful with each revelation. Number 1, the tent was torn from the inside. Searchers found the tent intact, standing, but slashed open from within. 9 skilled wilderness survivors had cut themselves free from the only thing keeping them alive and fled into minus 30 degrees, barely clothed. This was not panic. This was primal fear. But what could make them run? And if you think exposure was the cause of death, wait until you see what was found next. Number 2, bodies found scattered and strangely posed. Some were found mere yards away in their underwear, face down in the snow. Others discovered months later beneath 13 feet of ice with crushed skulls, shattered ribs, and one victim, her tongue gone. Yet no signs of struggle, no bruising, no defensive wounds on the skin, as if their bones had simply burst from within. If this sounds like a horror movie, buckle up, because what comes next feels downright radioactive. Number 3, clothing that glowed with death. 2 hikers' garments were tested and found radioactive, far beyond normal background levels. So now we have crushed bones without a mark, a missing tongue, and clothing that glowed. Did they stumble into a Soviet military test zone, or something far more sinister? Well, to understand that, we need to talk about the hikers themselves. Number 4, these weren't amateurs, they were pros. The group, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, were all Grade 2 hikers, working toward Grade 3 certification, the highest level in Soviet mountaineering. They were no strangers to danger. They were smart, strong, and had trained for this. This wasn't their first expedition. It was supposed to be a test of skill, not a fatal mystery. Which means whatever happened out there, it wasn't because they were inexperienced. And yet, something turned them into frightened prey. Some point to a very eerie theory, which brings us to number 5, a wind that drives you mad. Some researchers say the mountain sang, that a rare, low-frequency wind passing over the mountain created an infrasound sound wave, unheard by human ears. but felt by the body. One that can conjure panic, nausea, and disorientation, even hallucinations. Imagine your mind filling with dread, your heart racing, and not knowing why. You'd do anything to escape, even if nothing is physically there. It's a terrifying theory, but it doesn't explain the radioactivity or the missing tongue. So let's dig deeper into the conspiracy vault. Number 6, secret military tests. There's long been suspicion the group accidentally wandered into a classified weapons test zone. Locals reported seeing strange orange orbs in the sky that same night. And Soviet records from that winter are somehow missing. Were the hikers caught in a classified weapons trial? Secret sonic experiments? A victim of parachute mines and a botched cover-up? It would explain the bizarre injuries and radiation, but it doesn't answer the next question, one that brings aliens and the supernatural into the mix. Number 7, UFOs and a shadow in the snow. Another hiking group 50 kilometers away saw an unsettling spectacle the night the Dyatlov team died. Lights dancing in the heavens in unnatural patterns, as if signaling to something below. Back at the Dyatlov site, investigators found no human tracks leading to or from the tent, only the chaotic prints of the fleeing hikers themselves. No signs of predators, no evidence of another person, which leaves us to wonder, what did they see? The final frames on the Dyatlov group's camera hold a secret few dare to examine closely. Between the skeletal pines, shrouded in darkness, a shape emerges. A solitary figure, tall, still, watching. Some believe it was the legendary Yeti of Ural folklore, a guardian or a killer of these mountains. Others whisper of something not of this earth, a silent witness drawn to the tragedy from beyond the stars. And if that figure was indeed real, perhaps it still stands there, waiting in the snow. But if that didn't chill your spine, get this. Number 8, the missing tongue. One hiker, Ludmila Dubinina, was found with no tongue, no eyes, no lips. Some officials said it was post-mortem decay, but the wound tissue was too clean, too precise for scavengers, and blood found in her stomach suggests she was alive when her tongue was taken. This isn't exposure. This is something else entirely. And if you're thinking we must have the answer by now, we don't, because of this. Number 9, the case reopened, only to be buried again. In 2019, 60 years later, Russia reopened the investigation files. The official verdict? Avalanche. But there was no avalanche debris, no consistent trauma, and the tent still stood. So why close the case again with such a shaky explanation? Some believe the truth was buried long ago, and whatever happened on that mountain was never meant to be understood. So tell me, what do you believe? Nature's wrath? A covert experiment gone to hell? Or something that stepped out of the dark and into the Ural Mountains? What do you think happened that night? Because the Dyatlov Pass Incident is more than a mystery. It is a reminder that some answers are not meant for the living.